question for you. So this is the trial balance of A Moore. We cannot see anything like LTD or PLC, so we will assume that it's a sole trader business. Okay. Extracted after 1 year's trading. So this is a yearly trial balance. Prepare, then they're asking us to prepare something. Prepare what? Trading and profit and loss account. Now this is the another name for income statement. For the year ended 31st December 2006, see, we are going to make it on for a year. As I told you, it's always made on yearly basis. Today, we will only make the trading section, that is still gross profit. So let's go ahead and make the trading section. First of all, we have to give a title. A Moore is the name of the business. Then we will write trading and profit and loss account. You can also write income statement. For the year, which year? The year that is ended on 31st December 2006. Now, there must be a clear title, but in your exam papers, you will not be required to write this. It will already be there. Okay. Now, the first thing that we record is a sales revenue. But before I record sales revenue, I will make 2 columns. So there are 2 columns. Remember, this column is for working. If I have a formula, I will make calculations in this column. And this column is to write the final figures. So the first thing I will write now is, as a part of my income statement, it's sales revenue. I will try to find where is the sales revenue. So if I go back to my question, I will try to look where is the sales revenue. See, clearly it's given here sales. And as we remember, it has a credit balance. I'll just copy and paste it. So I will move to my sales revenue. And I can write 190,576. So that's clearly recorded. After sales revenue, as a part of my sequence, I will minus the sales returns. This is something that I have to minus. Again, I'll go to the question and see if I have sales returns there or not. So in my question, clearly there are no sales returns. If there are no sales returns, I'll just put a 0. This bracket shows the subtraction. So since we know that sales revenue is sales returns are always subtracted from sales revenue. So now I know that the same thing is my turnover. The sales revenue is my turnover. So I can just write turnover straight away. To save your time, if you see that sales returns are not there in the question, just write sales revenue and put the final figure here on the second column. Now the next thing is I will give the heading cost of sales. I have to calculate cost of sales. So what is the first thing that comes in the formula for cost of sales? The first thing is opening inventory. I will go to my question and try to find if I have opening inventory in my question. That's my question. If I see here, I cannot find inventory or stock written in the trial balance. Always remember that inventory will be in the trial balance. We have something as stock. This is also inventory. But since this is at the closing date and it is not in the trial balance, that's clearly not opening inventory. Opening inventory has to be here, and the words that they use would be either inventory at the start or stock. Since I don't have opening inventory, I will just put 0 here. Again, you don't have to write and put a 0. It's just for your understanding that I'm doing it. The next thing is purchases, Sadwati. After opening inventory, I'm going to add purchases. I'll again go back to the question and see where are my purchases. If you see clearly, the purchases are here. It's 119,832. So I'll move ahead with my answer. I will add purchases 119,832. See, I'm using this column. Why? Because this column is for working. Once I find the cost of sales, I will write cost of sales in this column, the second column. After purchases, what I do is I will add carriage inwards, the transportation cost that I incurred when I bought these goods. So carriage inwards, again, I will have to go to my trial balance and see if I have carriage inwards or not. So I'll try to see again. I don't have carriage inwards. Fine, it's 0. I'll just put carriage inwards and write 0 in front of it. After carriage inwards, see, if you notice, it's in my mind. The sequence, the formula, everything is in my mind. So I have every possibility in my mind. The next thing in my mind is purchases returned. I will write it less purchases returned, go back to the trial balance, find out if I have purchases returns. I do have purchases. I recorded these, but clearly I don't have purchases returns. So I'll go back to my answer. I will minus nothing in front of purchases returns. After purchases returns, the next thing is I will check if I have any goods drawings. Okay, note that these goods drawings, they are not necessarily in the trial. They will never be in the trial balance. When I say they will never be, if you see any drawings in the trial balance, we are not going to minus that figure in our income statement. What we are going to do is we are looking for goods drawings that are after the trial balance, at the end of the question. We can call it an adjustment. So if there are any goods drawings as an adjustment, then only we are going to subtract them in our trading section. So I'll go ahead and see if I have the drawings. If you see the trial balance, there are drawings written here, 8425. But this is not an adjustment. Like I said, we are not going to use this. We are not going to minus this. We are looking for goods drawings written here, somewhere after the trial balance. And there are no goods drawings mentioned in the adjustment. So therefore, we don't have any goods drawings that are in the adjustment, that are to be adjusted. So I will minus nothing. I will just minus 0. After the drawings, I'm going to minus closing inventory. Now, we all know where is this number. I'll go to the question. I will copy this 12408. Closing inventory will always be after the trial balance. It can never be given inside the trial balance. So my closing inventory is 12408. I'll go to my question and minus 12408. Simple. Now here, my formula for cost of sales is completed. What I have to do now is I will calculate, just do plus and minus on my calculator. And remember, we put all the formula numbers in this column, and the cost of sales has to come in the second column. So now I'm going to calculate it. I will write my cost of sales here. 107424 is my cost of sales. The bracket means subtraction. See, if you see here, cost of sales, they have to be subtracted. That's why I have put brackets around this number. So now I have turnover that is similar to my sales revenue. I have cost of sales. If I subtract this number and this number, what would I get? I will get gross profit. Okay?
Oh, so I thought you said I have to get the exact amount.
Yeah. So gross profit would be 83,152. The reason why you're not able to answer my questions quickly is because you do not have the format in your mind. You do not have the sequence in your mind. Once you remember it, there are two ways of remembering. Either you can memorize it, or you can just do practice, like 2-3 questions. It will automatically be on your fingertips. Once you know the whole sequence, this is only a 5-minute thing for you. And then I'll give a recap. What we have to do is when they ask us to make a trading and profit and loss account, we start with sales revenue. You have to look at the trial balance, sales revenue, less sales returns. Now this will be done in the left column. The right column is for the final figures, or you can say balancing figures. That's our turnover. Cost of sales is the cost of the things that the business has sold. The formula is opening inventory, add purchases, add carriage inwards, less purchases returns, less goods drawings only in the adjustment after the trial balance, less closing inventory. That's the complete formula. And if you make calculations according to the formula, you will get cost of sales. So see, the workings are in this column, here, 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 here. And the cost of sales is in the right column. Then turnover minus cost of sales will give us gross profit. We will clearly write gross profit. Never write the words like GP or COS here or SR here. You lose the mark. In your business studies questions, you get marks on every figure that you place. So in short, if you have written 107424 correctly, and here you have written COS, examiner is going to cut 1 mark of yours. So always write the complete terms, and if there is no heading, always give the heading. The business name should be on the top, then the name of the report, and then it must be mentioned very clearly that it's for the year ended 31st December 2006. So that's about it.